It's, like, it wasn't that hard to cut up the bread and cut this up. Like,
And you can do it so fast,
yeah,
really
the
you
grocery
can.
store already has all the pre-sliced stuff, but
And it gives it that fresh, I just cooked, and it looks like I spent a long time, but really you didn't.
right.
And then what we've got here, very important ingredient, we've got Gruyere cheese. It's a kind of Swiss cheese. It's a stronger tasting cheese. I personally like it because the texture's a little different. It's very stringy. It melts really nicely. And it's got that Swiss cheese taste to it. So if you don't like Swiss cheese,
Yeah.
you can do mozzarella, provolone.
Okay.
Do you like Gruyere?
I've never had Gruyere, so I'm looking forward to it. Always
First
up
for everything.
always
Okay.
trying new
So
things.
why don't you get started? You can shave the cheese.
And how do I do this? Just do it?
Yeah, so for this you'll want to use the bigger side,
Okay.
and just, if I were you, I'd turn it
Yes.
that way,
All right.
and just go up and
Just
down, and go ahead and use almost all of it,
Okay.
but careful with your fingers. Don't be afraid to just, when it gets to that little nub, go ahead and throw the nub out. I don't want you risking cutting your fingers, so
Okay.
keep going, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a knife out of here.
And what are the different sides for? Is there?
The different sizes are just, if you wanted smaller,
Okay.
also for vegetables, but for cheese, normally when you're doing, when you're wanting to melt cheese, you'll just use
The bigger side.
the bigger side. And so I'm going to cut some slices. I like them kind of thick.
You can really smell like the flavor of this cheese.
Oh,
is just
yeah.
coming right out.
It's a very strong cheese,
Mhm.
but it goes very nicely with the ham and the olive oil and the pepper.
Okay.
I'm just going to cut 6 slices. Oh, nope. We don't need that many, so we'll have some extra. We just actually need 3, so we'll have extra. I'm going to go ahead and place the bread, olive oil side, down on the grill. You can already hear it.
Yeah.
And that olive oil is going to coat very nicely, and it's going to caramelize the bottom of the bread,
Look at all that
giving it a very crispy texture.
Mhm.
And then we'll go ahead and put the ham on there as well.
Cook the ham a little bit, or
I personally like to cook the ham a little bit. If you don't like to, you don't have
Yeah.
to. But I noticed that if you cook the ham and then after we put the cheese and then you put the ham on top, it helps melt the cheese and it just gives it that extra warmth. I'm just going to reach over for this
So
real
while
quick.
you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and check on the dessert. in
Go
the
for
oven.
it, yeah.
See how that's looking.
So what I want to do now is just wait for the bread to caramelize a little bit. We can go ahead and take the cheese and put it on top.
The top of the dessert still looks a little doughy. We're waiting for it to be like kind of a golden brown color.
Yep, exactly.
So you're just sprinkling cheese on top.
I'm just sprinkling the cheese on top. Don't be afraid if it's falling over. You don't have to be very neat
Yeah.
for this.
I'm going to help you out then in that case.
All right.
Looking forward to this.
You know what I just noticed? I'm going to take one off, and we're going to put this Dijon. That always happens. Mistakes happen in the kitchen. It doesn't mean you can't cook. Just go right back. I'm just going to slather this on. Taste is the same.
Get the, yeah, since I don't like mustard, I'm just.
We're just going to do one.
Or someone
This will be
else's.
mine. So you get one without. All right. Take this cheese, put it back
Cheese
on there. There. As if we planned it all along. All right,
So now what are we looking for on the other side?
We're looking for it to brown very
a little bit?
nicely.
All right. And then the cheese melt on top as well.
Cheese will melt, and
Okay.
then when it melts, we'll put the ham on top, cover it.
Okay.
But for now, let's clear this out of the
Take
way.
all this up.
And we're going to cut our vegetables and our pear. All right, so we have fresh lettuce here. And then if you want to cut the tomato,
Okay.
want to
we'll
go
go
for
ahead
it?
and do that.
I'll cut the pear.
Yeah. And use a serrated knife this time, or?
For a tomato, yeah, good call.
Okay.
So for tomato, you want to use serrated knives for bread, or if you're doing things where there's kind of like a rough skin and then it's really soft on the outside. So for instance, a pear, not so soft on the inside, but the tomato is. So
Okay.
turn it on your side. We're going to slice it. So you're going to
Slice
turn it
it,
like
okay.
that. Try to get about 6 slices out of there,
Okay.
thin. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the pear. We're only going to use about half of the pear. We don't need all of it. And I like to keep the skin. I think it adds color to your salad. I like the texture of it. If you don't like the skin, you can peel it off. Oh, one got away from me and didn't get cut. Quickly run my knife through that one. All right, so we'll get that out of the way. If you want to take your tomato and just put it in there, I'll take the pear and put it in here.
And you don't want the end piece, right? Just throw
Yeah,
that
don't.
away?
The end piece isn't very visual.
Okay.
So you normally want to have a more, beautiful. Go ahead and throw the ends off.
So here's your tomato. Ooh, look at all that cheese starting to
Yeah,
melt.
we're gonna go ahead and check
It's looking
that. You can
good.
just stick this here,
Okay.
and then we'll add it to the salad when we're ready to serve.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and check the bread. You know what I just realized? We need a spatula, so
Okay. Go on it.
here we go. I love my fish spatula. It's called a fish spatula. Originally, back when cooking started, they used this to flip your fish, but nowadays you can get this at Bed Bath & Beyond or Sur La Table, any kitchen store. So I'm just gonna check this. Our cheese is already melting. And it's almost there. It's browning, if you see. We can let it go just a little, make sure that our others aren't burning. Always wanna make sure that everything is cooking evenly. Our
that
ham is
ham.
ready to turn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the cheese is melting, the ham's sizzling.
Almost there, almost there.
Hey guys.
Hey, just in time. We just finished our dessert.
Smells so good in here.
We've got our sandwiches ready for you.
That looks delicious.
This is
Thank
for you.
What is it?
Good thing you asked. This is called Coq Monsieur. It's a French, grilled cheese, but it's a little more sophisticated. So we've got ham inside, some baked ham, and then some Gruyere cheese.
What's that?
It's a kind of Swiss cheese. It's a little stronger, but I think you guys will really like it. And then in your salad here, it's really fresh. We've got some diced pears and then some sliced tomatoes with a balsamic vinaigrette on top.
I've been wondering what these are.
Yeah, try it.
Kind of
Here,
a mess,
we got
but
some forks for you guys.
That really matters.
There you go.
you. I want to start with dessert.
And then for dessert, oh man, these are my favorite. They're the peanut chocolate chip bars.
This is very good.
I'm gonna go
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
And then Jeff made his own. He put some cheese on top because he wanted to use every last
We
bit
know
of
you
the
love
cheese.
cheese.
Yeah. So what do you guys think?
It's very
salad
good.
is
Delicious. Was it hard to make though?
Not at all. See, that's the easy thing is that it wasn't expensive. I mean, was it hard?
It wasn't hard. I helped out.
It was
if
so.
I can,
Jeff did
if I
it.
could do it, I mean,
Anybody
so
can.
easy.
I like the stress.
I'm gonna keep eating.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Oh my gosh.
It was fun.
Should I try it? Okay.
So what do you say? We do this again next week?
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah?
please.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Next week it is.